Everyone knows the big ones. The rings, the superheroes, the space wizards. But what about the masterpieces that slipped through the cracks? I'm talking about the trilogy so good, it actually makes me mad that they aren't household names. Today we are digging deep into the cinematic crate to find 10 incredible movie series that history somehow forgot to hype up. You need to add these to your watch list immediately. Let's get into it. Kicking off our countdown at number 10, the Night Watch Trilogy, released in 2004 and 2006. Okay, full disclosure, we only got the first two films, Night Watch and Day Watch, but they stand together as this incredible singular cinematic experience. Before the MCU took over, the world director Timur Bekmambetov was doing things with a camera that literally made my jaw drop. Imagine a gritty, dirty modern-day Moscow where vampires, shapeshifters, and witches are fighting a cold war right under normal people's noses. The visual effects here are unbelievably creative. It's frenetic, it's messy, and it has a vampire using a human spine as a sword. If you want urban fantasy that feels dangerous and completely unlike the polished stuff from Hollywood, you have to check this out. Number 9. The Riddic Trilogy. Released in 2000, 2004, and 2013. It all started with a little movie called Pitch Black, which is basically a perfect low-budget sci-fi horror movie. A crash landing on a desert planet where the lights go out and the monsters come out to feed. But then they took that central anti-hero, Richard B. Riddick, an escaped convict with shiny eyes that see in the dark, and they dropped him into a massive sprawling space opera in the sequel, The Chronicles of Riddick. It's weird, it's gothic, the production design is insane, and the lore is surprisingly deep. The third movie goes back to basics, but as a whole package, it's a unique sci-fi journey that deserves way more love than it gets. Number 8. The Millineum Triology. Released in 2009, I feel people have forgotten about this in favor of the remake. You probably know the American version with Daniel Craig, the girl with the dragon tattoo. That was good. But these three original films, starring Noomi Rapace as Lisbeth Salander, are on another level entirely. They are colder, harsher, and frankly much more disturbing. Rapace is an absolute force of nature here. She embodies that brilliant damaged hacker role perfectly. It's a sprawling dark mystery that digs deep into generations of corruption and trauma in Sweden's elite. Once you start the first one, you will not be able to stop until you finish the third. It's addictive and brutal storytelling. Number 7. The Infernal Affairs Trilogy. Released in 2002 and 2003. This is the Hong Kong masterpiece that became the blueprint for an Oscar winner. Does this plot sound familiar? A young cop goes undercover in the Triad, and a young Triad mole goes undercover in the police force. Yes, this is the original movie that Martin Scorsese remade into The Departed. And honestly, the original might be better. It's sleeker, cooler, and more philosophical. It's less about explosive violence and more about the unbearable tension of two men living borrowed lives, terrified of being caught every single second of the day. The sequels tackle prequels and aftermaths, fleshing out this tragic world perfectly. If you love tense thrillers, this is mandatory viewing. Number 6. The Vengeance Trilogy, released in 2002, 2003, and 2005. These come from South Korean master director Park Chan-wook. Now these aren't narrative sequels with the same characters. They are three separate stories, connected by the idea of revenge and what it does to a human soul. The centerpiece is obviously Oldboy. That famous hallway hammer fight is legendary for a reason. But the other two, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance and Lady Vengeance, are just as powerful. They are visually stunning, emotionally devastating, and sometimes incredibly hard to watch. They don't glorify revenge, they show you the horrific emptying cost of it. It's world cinema at its absolute peak, and it will stick with you for days. Number 5. The Cornetto Trilogy. Released in 2004, 2007, and 2013. You know these films. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. Again, not narrative sequels, but connected by ice cream flavors, recurring jokes, and the brilliant duo of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. People love these movies individually, sure, but I don't think they get enough credit as a cohesive body of work. Edgar Wright treats comedy with the same visual respect that action directors treat explosions. Every single frame has a joke in it. Whether they are spoofing zombies, buddy cops, or alien invasion movies, these films are smarter, tighter, and have more heart than almost any other comedies from the last 20 years. Number 4. The Apocalypse Trilogy, released in 1982, 1987, and 1994. This is for the horror hounds out there. We are talking about The Thing, Prince of Darkness and In the Mouth of Madness. Three very different movies from John Carpenter about the end of the world. The Thing is maybe the best sci-fi horror movie ever made, full stop. Prince of Darkness is this weird, unsettling blend of religion and quantum physics in a church basement. And In the Mouth of Madness is a pure Lovecraftian nightmare about reality breaking down because of a horror writer's books. Carpenter is the master of atmosphere and dread, and these three films show him firing on all cylinders. They are bleak, terrifying, and ridiculously entertaining. Number 3. Del Toro's Spanish Gothic set, released in 2001 and 2006. Okay, I'm cheating again. It's two movies, The Devil's Backbone and Pan's Labyrinth. But he always intended a third to complete a spiritual trilogy about childhood colliding with the horrors of the Spanish Civil War. These films are absolute masterpieces. They blend the real-world brutality of fascism with dark, beautiful fairy tales. The monster designs like the pale man with eyes in his hands are iconic, but it's the emotional weight that really sticks with you. They are heartbreaking films that treat fantasy with deadly seriousness. Number 2. The Man with No Name Trilogy. Released in 1964, 1965, and 1966. We are saddling up and heading back to the dusty plains of the spaghetti western. A fistful of dollars for a few dollars more, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. Before these movies, westerns were often clean-cut stories about white hats versus black hats. Sergio Leone changed everything. He made the West dirty, sweaty, morally ambiguous, and incredibly stylish. Clint Eastwood became a legend here, with barely any dialogue, just a poncho and a squint. And we cannot forget Ennio Morricone's score. The music is basically a main character. These movies invented cool. Number 1. The Hitman Trilogy, released from 2016 to 2021. This might throw some of you for a loop, because it's not technically a film series, but it's one of the best cinematic spy trilogies ever produced. I'm talking about the modern world of assassination games. Hear me out. Forget those terrible movie adaptations. If you play these three game campaigns back to back, you get a globe-trotting spy thriller story that rivals Mission Impossible or James Bond. The story of Agent 47 taking down a global shadow government is told through stunning cinematic cutscenes and incredible environmental storytelling. Each level is a massive, intricate movie set where you are both the director and the star. The tension, the atmosphere, the sheer style of it all is incredible. It's a masterclass in visual storytelling that just happens to be interactive. It is the best spy trilogy of the modern era period. So there you have it. 10 trilogies or near trilogies that deserve way more spotlight than they usually get. I know I bent the definition of trilogy a few times there, but the quality of those experiences speaks for itself. Now I want to hear from you down in the comments. What is a movie series you absolutely love that nobody else seems to talk about? Let me know. Down below, hit that like button and subscribe to KineLight if you added something new to your watch list today, and subscribe for more deep dives into cinema. Thanks for watching, and take care.